welcome to the 8th episode of Against All Odds, the automation Let's Play, where we play as a boutique manufacturer of light roadsters and sports cars in Archana. We started in January 1957. Now it is still February 1973. So 2 episodes ago we engineered our Series 3 facelift of our Coupe and Roadster, and in the last episode we got a bit of an unpleasant surprise from the Archanan government, and they tasked us with developing a people's roadster, so a roadster that A, can be sold, and B, is affordable for the Archanan people, at least those who are a little bit better off. So in terms of can be sold, the matter is the fuel. So the S3 Roadster and Coupe both run on unleaded 91, which doesn't exist in Archana. They only have unleaded 85 or leaded 92, and that's also why you see the storage tank on the factory on the other title screen. That's where they have to import fuel from Florinia in order to be able to fuel their cars with fuel that doesn't lead to knocking or is leaded and therefore unsuitable for their engines. We had a test drive of the Roadster and it was fine. There is one thing, however, that we didn't check, where we can save potentially even more, and that's on the engine, where we still run a twin carb, which we might not need. So let's see. So that concerns the engine. So currently the 1.6 liter costs 4K, and here the additional material cost for the 2 liter, I suspect, is the two-way catalytic converter. So 4K. How much do we save if we switch the engine to a single carb? So in terms of performance, that shouldn't matter that much. So yeah, we need to make it larger, of course. But otherwise, if we look at the stats, basically the same. Power even more reliable, because only one carb can brake and not two. Only a tiny difference in terms of throttle response, and not that much cheaper in material costs, but these usually are a bit more important for contracts. So let's compare. So we had about 4K. Whoa, that's 500 bucks that our contractor wants to have for that additional carburetor. So I think that's certainly something we should do, having a single carb engine. We don't have to test drive it again, because it's basically the same car, just a little bit less responsive. What we have to check is emissions. So we need 4, and for the Lua from 75, and we're not meeting 4, but that's just, yeah, a little bit fuel map. So that, yeah, that has done it. So we're losing a bit of sportiness, but otherwise a lot more. So what we can think of, since we already made a good profit and had a decent margin at least, what else might have some impact on the demographics actually wanting to buy the car in Archana? That's what we care about. So the current desirability is at 23%. So convertible. So do they want soft top? At 27. 23. Yep. So that's though more than we saved. Or do they want the 8-track? Yeah. So the 8-track is now 29, and it's even less than we saved through having now just one carburetor and not two. It also doesn't change anything else, so just more comfort and more prestige. So the wiring and everything is the same, just some more entertainment. We have to adjust the front brake. That's a bit very strong here. So something like this. Rear brake was fine. Yep, so 63 in drivability, 27 in sportiness even. So that's good. Everything else, so still fine in terms of emissions. 4, yeah, that's good. So these, I think, don't get better. Brakes are no good. So we're going with a premium 8-track, so we have to put that in. So let's paste the 8-track fixture. There we go. Can probably fix the floor here. So something like this. It was a bit masked through this aluminium bars. So make the logo visible. Yeah, so that's in our interior. So here this gets dark vinyl as well. So that is the same tone as the main block here. Okay. Everything else can stay as it is. Any substantial warnings? Nope. Okay. So then our car is a little bit cheaper and probably also a fair bit more desirable. Let's see how this affects demand. This probably then is already the updated forecast. Should be doable. In the worst case, we raise the prices of the other cars, but let's go with that. We probably should have a look at staffing after we changed automation. So 4 months build time. Well, yeah, 11 months till one shift, so that needs to go down. So 4 months till one shift, and then that we. Yeah, 30 cars. That's for the Roadster, so that's good. Recall percentage are also good. Can we make more cars by reducing that? 27, 31, and that's around 1%. Yeah, should be good. So that we have a bit less pressure on our staff to cope with the pre-orders. Looks different, but not materially so, so it's still some peaks and some troughs, but that should be fine for managing the demand. So we have our target price of 40.5k. What I wanted to check is the margin. So now with not only having one carb and putting the premium 8-track back in, so it has gone up to 22.5%, so that's a good margin. And the engine takes 1 month longer than... now we have engines with different carburetors. So probably 22... Yeah, a little bit of extra pressure. One less tooling, but shouldn't have any material difference. So that's always these finer points when you change something and you need to change other stuff as well. So that looks much better. So the whole thing takes less than 2 years. And staffing till one shift at least looks good. Okay. So unfortunately, I can't sign this off at the moment due to a bit of an odd bug in the current game version. So the reason is we have 2 trims in current production for 20 and 22k respectively. And if I were to continue the game now with a 3rd trim that costs 14.5k, the sales of the 2 others would already shoot up, even though I haven't signed off, let alone put into production the new trim with 14.5k. So the error is currently under investigation by the divs. And from my testing, this odd bug would prolong the shelf life of this model by a couple of years. And so, yeah, it wouldn't really be canon if I were to continue this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a little bit whether a fix for this comes with the Ellisbury update, then I will finish this Let's Play series. Or if they publish the open beta for the next version and the campaign will become invalid, or rather the save will become invalid, then there is a workaround that at least I can then have some sort of conclusion with this. So unfortunately this has to be a cliffhanger till either of these two things happen. Either there's a fix for the Ellisbury version or the Elrima open beta starts, and then I'll finish this still in the Ellisbury version with a workaround that at least alleviates some of the issues stemming from that bug. So until then, I will sign out, and I also won't start a second campaign that I already have in mind, because this odd behavior plus a few other smaller issues might affect then also the gameplay for the larger campaign, and I don't really want to work off bugs in the outcomes, especially over a large campaign from 1946 all the way to 2020. So with that said, thanks for your interest, and yeah, stay tuned. There will be a continuation of this in the future in one form or another. Thank you.